واحد اثنين ثلاثة.
Why settle for two?
when third time is the charm.
Welcome to the tripod. Welcome to the tripod episode 2. We've had a lot of your feedback and we're excited to let you know that this one is gonna slap because the things that are happening fi biladna mushkila. Nevertheless, this is the Tripod Podcast. I'm Zaretta, but you can call me Z.
Rejoice.
And as always, my name never changes. I'm Byron Oshie.
You feel like you're sleek at your name never changes.
It never changes. It's
Get
the
out of
same.
here.
Every episode, I'll just be Byron Oshie. My name won't change.
Our names won't change either. But rejoice. Are you in your car? Who are you? Because
Rejoice more. You can put Nyoka just, but it's rejoice.
all right then. That's awesome. So today, you guys, let me tell you, honestly speaking, if our salaries are not going up, then transport people, I'm talking to you directly. What is going on? I literally, like the amount of money I've spent today on not even food, which is usually my primary suspect. Like transport, no, it's crazy. But don't you
is.
move because the way you're sitting here, Amma, you
It's
because
very comfortable. It's
you
not,
feel- you
it's
look
like
very-
it's not being affected.
right?
I think, not really. Not really. I think just a bit. I think it's only one day. When was it? It was on... I'm trying to remember. It was on Friday in the morning when I was coming to work. So I was a bit late and I decided to take a motorbike.
Yeah.
I rarely do take motorbikes in the morning when I'm coming to work. And in normal days, I'm charged £8,000 from home to here. But that morning, the guy told me
Planned kid.
£15,000.
I told you 15.
£15,000. But I told him I know the price of fuel has gone up. And it was just yesterday. And personally, I had not planned to use a motorbike. So if it's that expensive,
Yeah.
let me just use a rickshaw.
Yeah.
But he accepted because he said since it's his first job in the morning, he accepted £9,000. So
Out of 15. You?
I would have just taken a rickshaw because I don't think I was ready to pay £15,000. That is double my normal price.
But I think it's a reality. And Rejoice actually gave us your intake because me, I am ready to rant. Me, it's paining me. I'm not going to lie. It's
No,
painful.
It's paining everybody. And the thing is, Raksha guys are even angry. They're so aggressive. And you're very lucky, by the way, you found someone who accepted to bring you. Most guys will just tell you, no. These fuel prices, yeah. Most people. Now you enter a Raksha, if it was 2.5, it's now 3. It doesn't
Girl.
matter where you got in from the middle or you got in from the stage. It doesn't matter. And they're aggressive. You may think we're the ones who
who increased the fuel prices.
And me, I'm just like you. Anyway.
But funnily enough, the prices of rickshaw are the same
No.
from
Which
home
ones?
to here.
No. Hey,
Even today
Uh.
and yesterday and Saturday, I've used rickshaw and the price is the same.
Grace of
I'm
Or
telling
maybe-
you.
is upon you.
I can't
Favor,
relate.
Favor, pray for favor.
Me, shh. If you can baptize the entire South Sudan, no, because I think it's unfair. I'm going to say it as it is. I think it's very unfair because we have not just. It's giving container. It's not giving one day, one time. We'll just have 3,000 for transportation because if we're being realistic, from airport road, from the 7 days roundabout to like airport sides. You can't be charging someone who's not going all the way to Juba or even, most of them go to Juba. You've leaped from like 1,500 to double the price. It's too much, ya jamana. Even if you're earning which job, like now you're squeezing yourself within your budget even the more.
But I think we are directing our frustrations to the wrong people. And I'm going to support these guys with one proof and one evidence. The same Friday now, I think in the evening. Yes, I went to church in the evening. Now when I was going back home, the guy who carried me on border because I used the border from church back home.
Sorry, Mr. Mani.
He passed by a petrol station to refuel.
Yeah.
He found the price was 11,500 from 7,000. 1 liter was 7,000, but that day
It was
the price just
11.
hiked up to 11,000. So you see, even them, they have now to.
And the bad thing is, these prices are never going down. That's
They're
the
never going
truth.
down. So you see, for us, yes, we are complaining transport is becoming expensive, but also to them, fuel is becoming expensive. And they have to bridge that gap so that they can make profits from
But
their business.
either way, as stated, like it's too okay.
But
now
do you know
it's
the real issue? Have you tried and found out what is the real issue?
yeah,
No.
it's because of what's happening.
But
with,
then my problem is this: if they're increasing the price, let them unify it.
yeah,
The issue is everybody's now charging like differently. They'll look at you and they'll say, "You will charge you 3,000.
Yeah.
You will charge you 2,500."
But that is the thing. Me when I cannot pay it, I don't board your rickshaw or
Now,
motorbike.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
But personally, sorry for the interruption.
okay.
I found myself. I have an early job. Like the type of work that I do has time is very crucial, and I find myself in a very vulnerable position where I have to depend. I don't have a car yet, and even if I had a car, someone should be paying for my fuel.
If you had a car now, you will be the one
You'd be
complaining
the one
about
complaining
the fuel,
about the
But you
fuel.
see, the thing is, I wouldn't go to a petrol station and then start manhandling or telling the guys who put fuel. I wouldn't treat them any type of way because I know it's just a service they're offering.
But you see, one thing me have learned here in Juba, I don't board a rickshaw or a motorbike before agreeing on the price. I don't do that.
Me usually, I used to do that. I just enter because I know that price. But now I first ask.
Me, I rarely do that. I love to ask how much is it from here to where I'm going.
Personally, I never used to ask because I've been duped. I don't know if it's colorism. But many of the time when I'd ask, they'd want to play me. And I remember there's a time even a rickshaw girl was like, "I'm going to hit you." And I told him, "You're going to hit me. Because you want to cheat me." Like, how does it? And even the guy in the rickshaw was like, "Bro, you're like, we know what you're doing."
That happens. Even us, we've been caught in the same situation. Where we tell someone, we are going to this place. Do you know the place? Yes.
Yeah.
How much is it this? Are you sure? Yes. On the way, this place was far.
Yeah.
We're like, we categorically asked you,
Yeah.
do you know the place? And you agreed you know the place. And we asked you it's how much. And you're the one who quoted the price. And we told him we are not adding you any money. I was like, we told him we are not adding you any money. Do you know where we can fight? The good thing I was with my friend.
Who can fight?
We told him now you want to fight. Then get out of the rickshaw, now we fight, but we are not adding you money. We're giving you the exact money we told you.
That's me. Me too. I'm always ready to fight. I'm ready, but I'm always ready to fight. Me, and usually, I usually estimate the price. When you ask them, just like what they said, they'll try to dupe you. But me, I'll estimate the price. Like now, from maybe let's say from 7 days to maybe mid and Rembo. Me, I'll estimate it. That is 1,000. I don't care if you're going to complain. But now with the way these people are aggressive, they can just pull you back. So you first have to ask now.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's crazy.
But people still survive.
Anyway,
What do you do?
Yeah.
Such is life.
Honestly, such is life. But I mean, the same pandemic that everyone would say, if salaries could match every change within an economy.
What we should be praying is for whatever issue is happening in Umile to be sorted.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But even
hoping that if it's sorted, they'll actually take the prices.
Yeah, that was.
But that
what I was
has
going
never
to say.
happened. It's not the first time we found ourselves in this predicament.
Whenever a price goes up, it doesn't go. It doesn't come down again.
And I think last year was with food. Because food prices were hectic. And they were like, "Oh, I bought it at this price. I can't reduce it now."
Exactly,
And
yeah.
now we've had to.
You adjust to
We
that
just
price
adjust.
It's crazy.
as well.
Anyways, there's so much more on our plate. We're not just here to be complaining about money. Please, we're future billionaires, okay? This is just for Alela. Alela, where things are a bit shake. But I think the meat of actually today's conversation is business. I think we are in a generation, or we're in a time where we know we can't depend on employment. You can't say, or maybe some people can, please let us know so that we can apply. But like, there's so many jobs these days that can't sustain you. You see these certain shifts in food, shift in fuel, they're affecting us to the point where you feel like maybe if I have a side hustle, I could be able to supplement or complement something. Like if it's food, at least I know my business will cater for food, my salary can cater for transport. So I just wanted to know, have you started a business before? Are you in business? What are your thoughts about that and things like that?
So, Let me start.
Yeah, it's okay.
So now with business, actually there are very many things we tackle when we speak about business. You look at business from a very different view if it's a side hustle, and you look at it from a very different view if it's the main hustle. You get? If it's something you survive and depend on, you look at it really differently. And then another thing with business is this: you how do they call it when you're buying a final product? For example, you're shipping maybe clothes from Uganda or maybe shoes. When it's a final product,
Yeah.
you'd look at it differently than when you're buying raw materials to produce the final or the end product.
Yeah.
You'd also look at it from a different view. And with South Sudan now, it's different. It's very difficult. I'd say that a 9 to 5 job, if we're talking about comfortability,
Yeah.
a 5 to 9 is
Yeah.
way more comfortable than having your own business. Yes, I'd choose 5 to 9 any
Is it a
day.
9 to 5 or a 5 to 9?
It's 9 to 5. Sorry.
Maybe he's
noticed.
working night shifts. Maybe he's talking about night
Yes,
shifts.
9 to
Just like 5 to 9.
Sorry, it's 9 to 5. I'd choose 9 to 5 any day because having a business is hey. I think carrying the
Challenging.
cross was lighter. It's difficult, Maureen. Because when you're working for someone, you're just here to get the job done,
You are sure of your payment.
and you're sure of your payment.
Whether he makes money or she makes money
It's
or
not my business.
Yeah, at the end of the
End
month.
month you're waiting for your
Your
salary.
salary. But then when it's your business, my dear, your life depends on it. If you do anything wrong, meaning that
It's on you.
Repercussions on you.
exactly. So I think that's how I'd look at it.
Me, I'd say I've tried 2 businesses that have given me trauma on business.
At least you two. Me, I think like 5.
but still, I would still try again because I learned from those mistakes. Because you see, the only issue is, why are you beginning the business? Is it out of necessity or because you've seen an opportunity? That is a problem that comes in.
Necessity.
Because
Necessity.
most of us started out of necessity because you're thinking of making money out of it first. And at the end of the day, you find it's still your only source of income. So whatever you make, you eat. And you see, for
Whatever you make you eat.
most businesses, you won't start making profits or seeing profits just from the first month or from the second month.
And now
For
that's
most. So
true.
you'll find, if it's something that you want to start to depend on, it will stress you up.
Yeah.
It will stress you up because you have started it out of necessity. But
Yeah.
if you and that is where now you'll go for any, because you see someone is selling tomatoes and is making money.
You
so you
start
just
doing
pick
it. Yeah.
because you want to make money. But you see, if it's a business that you've started because you've seen an opportunity, you've seen this thing is not there.
Yeah.
If I bring it, people will buy it.
Yeah.
That one can be a good way to get into the
But
business
Byron,
space.
I actually have a contrasting view. I think you're right in the point of what problem am I solving? And I remember very recently, I am starting a business if you're interested. But like at the initial stages, for me, I was thinking of when I first tried business, it was about I wanted money. I was believing the psychology for you bring a finished product, because in South Sudan, most of us are bringing finished goods. If you're bringing raw materials, shout out to you. But most of us are bringing finished goods, and we're assuming that the consumer market will consume it, and then you'll get the money that you injected. It'll be like double, then you can restock and all of that. But I also believe, I don't agree in the sense of you see something is not there, because the reception of the people, there are things that are needed here. But if people don't see the value, I think there's a case in point. I remember I think it was a business class I had taken, like a vocational training course on business. And they were talking about how in one of the Asian countries, they took Starbucks. But people didn't care about coffee like that.
Sorry to interject, but you see, the words that you're using are not really correlating with whatever you're trying to say, because you're saying what is needed. A need is something you cannot do without.
Yeah.
Once you say you see an
Things are
opportunity for
wanted.
what is needed, it means when you bring it, people will buy
Yeah.
it because it's needed.
Need is demand,
Need is okay. I
Need
see. I'm
becomes
even
a
learning.
demand, you see.
Valid.
But when you see like that, when you're saying, there's no KFC here, would people want KFC? That is the question that you ask yourself.
Yeah.
Do people want KFC? Do you think the people living there would want to go and eat the chicken
Yeah.
from KFC?
Yeah.
Yet they can get local chicken.
Yeah.
So there's that. Is it a
Oof.
need? But you see, if it's an opportunity, you see, this kind of product is not there. But
Yeah.
it's something that can be a need to the people. You see that one, when you bring it, you're sure of sales. Yeah. So I think that is what I was trying to say.
I think I'm educated. You can carry on.
Me too. I've learned something new. But one thing about business is what you anticipate is not what will actually happen. Most times with all the businesses I've started, you'd calculate, you'd see the numbers, everything looks perfect.
Yeah.
People will even assure you, I need
I'll
this,
buy,
I want this,
yeah.
I'll support you, I'll do this. But once the business sets off like this, business is one thing that you see men will take you to the desert and leave you without water. But a business,
What did men do to this
a
ladies? What
business
did-
will take you there,
What have they
assure
done?
you that it will hold your hand. I could just disappear. Me, there's nothing that has traumatized me like a business. No man can do to me what a business has done.
I think it's better business does it than a man because at least business you psychologically recover because you understand why you started it. But men,
True.
But
valid.
but in reality, you see, in the same measure, you see, and this is what I found challenging with the first business that I tried. I saw it was working. Other people were doing it. They were making money. And actually, you see, I'll flip it a bit. The business, actually, I was not starting it as an individual. We partnered up with a friend.
oof.
So, and we began the business. And you know, I saw it would work. I really sold it.
That is it. On paper.
Because I've been seeing
really
it's working. I really sold it.
On paper.
Because I was sure. You see, it's a business I see. I am also a customer in that business. So I'm like, this one will sell.
Yeah,
But it shows
Hey.
you.
shaggy.
Shege.
I'm telling you.
Max.
Actually, it caused a rift between me and my friend.
Oof.
Till now. Right now is when now we have started
You know,
a bit.
Yeah.
But for almost 3 to 4 years.
Yo,
Because
yo.
you see, at the end of the day, it's hard. And that is the reality. It's hard for me to start saying, I thought it would work, it did not work. The thing is, I invested, I gave my money, we bought things.
Business must be a
happened, you
manager,
see?
man.
So it caused a rift because according to me, I saw what someone else would. So that is what I was asking. I wanted to bring it in a way that at times, it's not that business is not viable. But we get into businesses because of what we see from outside.
Yeah.
Before understanding what happens behind closed doors.
That's true.
Because before even doing more research and understanding how that business, or maybe this guy even did that business for 2 years before he or she started making that money. You see?
True.
But me, I'm like, who? So hey, I'm telling you.
Business.
But I think it's the deception of what you see as opposed to what you don't see.
Yeah.
It's just the same way someone can say on social media, you can see someone and they look like they're thriving. But then they're living in a Rokuba and they're drinking water with like acida, It's hectic like that. And I think that I have so many questions. But that whole concept of doing business with friends, I mean, is it because the trust? You know that when you know someone's like, I believe Rejoice and I are friends, yeah? And I remember even we are in business. Are we in business? I don't know. We're trying to be in business or
trying to
whatever. And I think one of the things I usually say is, let this business not cause a rift.
Yeah.
Between
Because
us.
the point as to why you get into anything is because both of you understand you're risking something. And I think one thing we undermine with business is risk.
Yeah.
Risk, yeah.
It's like, no, just because I'm investing in this, there shouldn't be risk. It should be profitability from start to finish. So I think those are just my 2 cents from that. Because for me, what's frustrated me is even though you think you're buying something for $2 and you have $50 and you think you're going to buy, I don't know, like 25, you haven't factored in transport, which are things we don't
There's
think
a lot of
about.
things, yeah.
You haven't factored in where, if it's coming from another country, that's your responsibility. You haven't factored in going to pick it from where it's been brought to wherever you're going to sell it. Then customers, also people, friends.
And there is marketing.
Stop telling us you'll buy. Just tell us, bring the product and we'll push it to whoever will buy. Because many of the time, honestly, we're usually like, I promise I'll buy. Like, not the naysayers, but people who really, and I know they're trying to motivate us. Like it gets to a point, you get frustrated, you have dead stock. Let's start from there. I think I had dead stock for a whole year. Until I started just using the dead stock. It had to be utilized.
So, Z, you talked about something really important, risk. You know, one thing with risk is this. Once you're calculating it, because it's always good to take calculated risks. Once you're calculating it and it's on paper, you'll be like, it's okay if I lose, this amount, or even if things go southways, it's okay, I'll understand. My dear, that it's easier said than done. Risks, to incur risks is easier said than done. And that's the thing that it's the thing that frustrates people the most, because you saw it coming, you knew it might come, but it will hit you and it will break you, and it's something you didn't even expect. There is a business that I did, and I had calculated everything. One thing about me is I don't determine the price of any product before calculating all the expenses incurred. Like, I calculate everything, and that's when now I'll fix
Set
a
the
price. Yes. So I did everything. I remember I had it was a shoe business. I was still at campus by then, and from my calculations, I would be buying a car after 2 years from that shoe business. That was the plan. So I started doing the business, but then even after fixing the price, I saw that the graph was going downwards. It wasn't going upwards like what I said, like what I had anticipated. And the thing was, people were buying, stock was finishing, but there was no money.
How?
I don't know.
Girl.
People were buying, stock was done, but then the returns were not
reflective of.
Because you did not do proper calculation.
I didn't do proper. No, it wasn't the proper calculations. It was the one thing affected me was the dollar rate, and then the what? How do they call it? Transportation, like sending the products now to the what?
To the
buyers.
Yeah.
Me had anticipated that they would come all the way home to come and pick the things, but then people stay very far. Me, I stay at the end of the world.
Literally.
So,
Literally.
So
and you were doing delivery from your own cost.
I was delivering from my own cost. So at the end of the day, stock was done. I didn't have money to restock, and me had already eaten the profit that I had anticipated. Because I knew this is my
Before restocking.
So I ate my profit, and I was like, because I knew people were buying, so this is the money from if someone, let's say, if someone gives me 12,000 and I know that my profit is supposed to be 4,000, me, I've eaten that 4,000 before it had even arrived. I was already having.
You had mentally eaten
budgeted
exactly.
the profit before.
Yes.
You had like skincare done, about food or whatever.
So that's how it felt, and and one thing I put in mind, because I remember I was doing it and my mom was helping me. She told me, I want to tell you this: people might buy, people might not buy. You might get your money back, and you might not get it back. I don't want you to come and to get angry or frustrated, or you stop concentrating on your studies. So I was like, it will not affect me, but my dear, asylum. I almost went to Mutabika Hospital.
But you see, it's the same thing. You see, the first business that I'm talking about, that one I did in Kenya. Now the same friend. Again.
Hey, you guys. I don't know.
Hey, now that one here. Overselling yourself and over estimating things.
Yeah.
Hey, my friend, I saw dust.
I'm telling you,
and I cannot even
must be a
explain.
man.
But you see, at the end of the day, I have to take the fall because I'm the one who was like selling it so much. When when things touched ground here.
You said that.
So I had to take accountability and accept it was my mistake at the end of the day. Now that one is what now killed almost totally
The
killed
friendship?
totally.
Because they give you a
Actually,
second
it
chance.
did.
Yo.
So,
But thank God you're rekindling.
Yeah.
You're rekindling the friendship now.
yeah,
should actually-
but to make it better, I at least I have to sort them out.
Yeah.
At least I have to.
I think that's true friendship. You're making us want to this thing for friendship.
At least I have to sort them out, because in real sense, it was me who miscalculated everything.
But I think maybe that's a danger. A lack of. We don't actually have pioneers in business. I'm going to say it. We don't have pioneers or people who tell you how it is. There's so many success stories. That's what we're being exposed to many of the time. And even when someone's trying to tell you, oh, this is how I started my business, they show you like 0% and then they show you their 100. So you don't actually know the in-between. That's why I'm telling you, like, I recently started selling belts because I realized I actually like styling my outfits with belts. Like really skinny waist belts. But then the danger of that is many people will be like, yeah, bring the belts, shono, we want them, we'll buy them. But it gets really hectic when you start looking at net profit. Now, I sat with a friend of mine who's done business and it wasn't successful, and that's what I like about it. I think we're so used to success stories and it being like, okay, that's why the business worked. But her business didn't work. She has good product, like really good product. It didn't work out. And so when we're doing the math, to me, I'm like, I'm making, I've injected this amount of money because I know that I'm not a high risk taker. If I'm injecting my money into something,
You have to know.
I can't be stranded in the middle because of my business, please. And when we calculated my net, she started teaching me revenue. Like, okay, this is the buying price. This is the selling price. This is the revenue you get. This is your net profit. Because she said even airtime, we don't factor that in.
Yeah.
Data that you subscribe, you need to put that in the amount. And it's such a conflicting thing because you're trying to make it afford. Like, you want people to think you're cheap enough for them to buy a lot, but there's a price, that cost comes to you. When you're trying to be affordable for other people to buy your product, you need to understand that cost is on you. And my net profit was what, guess? Just guess how much my net profit could have been.
$10.
$1.
Jehovah.
One. And I've spent...
No, but then the thing is this. One thing I've realized is that business, to me, business is a gift, just like leadership, just like any other virtue.
Hey, sorry.
Because
But business
not
is a man.
everybody.
So-
Yeah, it's a man.
A
yes.
man is a gift.
No, it's a man, but again, business is a gift, just like leadership and any other.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we all jump to start businesses without actually researching, without reading, because there are a lot of materials on business out there. If you're someone who did business admin and stuff, okay, I'm not speaking to you, but I'm speaking to us, the social science people, the other people. You actually have to do research. You have to read notes. You have to, there is so much you need to understand about business before starting it. And that's the mistake I did personally. All the businesses I've started, I've never gone online to read about how to run a business. I've never.
Likewise.
Yes, and I think that's why most of the businesses I started failed. Because I've not taken time. People think, I can just start. It's just like walking, you'll just fall once and then you start walking. It's something you can just learn on job. But sincerely, no, you have to really go and read. Because one person I know that has done business and they were successful at it, they actually went and did a course. Even there is someone I know who wants to start a business. And me, I looked at them like, I was like, is this person really normal? She wants to start a business, but then she's like, I'm first going to do a course. She's a graduate and she has a lot of experience in her field. But she's like, I'm first going to do a course on business management. Then I'm going to do a course on marketing. Then I'm going to start my business.
Oh, wow.
Me, smart rejoice. I said, I'm starting my business right away. I'm not going to any school to do anything. And where am I now? In the desert.
But you're doing well. I think it's very important to note that.
I think, like me, one thing that I told myself, This is my own approach. I'm not advising you. This is what I'll do. If by any chance, which I know I'll do, I'll start a business. I'm going to treat it as if I'm an employee. Not looking at the profit, looking at can it pay me salary? Because the problem is you look at the profit, you end up eating the whole profit. But when you look at it as if you are an employee, meaning salary. I need to get salary, and still this business needs to have money.
Yeah.
That business will grow. Because once you've taken your salary, whatever remains goes back to the business.
Yeah.
But if you're budgeting on the profit, once the profit comes, you want to eat all the profit.
Yeah.
That one is now what I said at the start. You're beginning a business out of necessity. So all the profit you're calculating, once I'm going to make $3,000 per month. So you move to a $2,000 apartment. You
already see the car.
You see that? You're already calculating on all the profit.
That's true.
Forgetting next month you might not make the same profit.
Yeah.
Oof.
You see, that is a mistake. So that is what I'm looking at. I'm trying to learn a few things on business. I'm like, the next time I'm beginning a business. I'm beginning a business. I'm treating it as if I'm an employee.
Yeah.
Okay. Valid.
Now,
I'm going to do that.
I'm calculating my salary. Now I'm like, how much do I want to earn from this business?
Ooh.
How much do I earn? So even if the business makes $10,000, my salary is $2,000.
Mashallah.
The $8,000 goes back, and it doesn't mean that now maybe I cannot take money from the profit, but at the end of the day, I'm aiming for the business.
You need to have discipline. Don't touch that profit.
And talking about profit, people in Juba want to build generational wealth from one person. You'd ask someone for a price of something. And then, now, especially us who have gone to other markets outside South Sudan. And we know. Let me tell you, there is a time, I think it was one Christmas that I spent in Juba. I went to custom like 3 times and I went back home with my money. Every time I go, I ask for a price of something and they give me, I don't know.
Exorbitant fees. Yeah.
Exactly. So what do you tell such people?
Let me tell you one thing. I rarely buy things from here.
Because of the price point, right?
Like a lot of things, most of the time, if I want to buy a few things in bulk, I order from Nairobi.
Me too.
Because that buying price plus the transportation is still cheaper.
Yes. Exactly. Me too. Yes. When I'm buying things from Uganda, the buying plus the transportation is way cheaper than buying from vendors here. There are some vendors even who bring things from Nairobi, from Kampala. But when they bring it here, the prices are demonic.
I know they would say, most of them will tell you.
You find someone.
Most of them will tell you, customs, taxes are high, there is that. It's okay. For those people who don't know where to get them from,
you sell it to them.
You sell it to them. But when I look at, I'm like, whatever you're selling me here for $100, I can get it from Kenya at $40.
What is
and
even
transport it with $10 or $15. And I'll have saved $35 to $40.
Exactly.
And you can buy something. You can buy another.
Another thing I've seen with people here.
Oh my gosh.
People get angry when you ask and you don't buy.
Yeah.
Today when I was coming, this guy, I prayed against him in direction. When I was coming, I wanted to take more salad. And then I was wearing my shades. I walked and I saw people were very few. I was like, what time will I get to where I'm going?
Yeah.
So I went, this guy was like, if everyone, I don't know, he said, if everyone is like you, do you think this South Sudan will move ahead? May you find a lot of traffic with that rickshaw? He was like,
where did that even come from?
I'm like, it's not like me. I told other people not to enter the Mosalat and let's go with rickshaw because it's faster. I came, I saw that I would not reach to where I'm going at the time I want to. I left and this man started cussing me out of nowhere.
But again, today I want to balance both sides.
Yeah.
Doing business in South Sudan is also very hard and very expensive. Yes. Why? Hey, you just put up a small business.
Taxes.
Guys,
you know the people, tax collectors, you know them.
Do you know how many people can't own I think it's insane that you can't actually have a physical location without being a billionaire. Honestly. You cannot.
People are operating
They'll
on
come,
losses
they'll tell
because
you,
of
you don't have
taxes.
a
Fire extinguisher.
You don't have license. We have brought another document.
There's
I'll leave
always
alone that
something
one.
new.
Registering for a business. Do
No,
you people know?
the thing is, people are operating on losses. Most of these people with the big shops, many people are operating on losses. That's why you'd see that you'd see a boutique or a shop. The shop would not be in that same location for like 2 years. I've
they're
seen
always moving.
most of the shops I see that today the person is here, they've moved. Today the person, tomorrow it's a new business.
It's true. It's
Tomorrow
true.
it's a new business because of taxes and then rent. Yeah.
Rent. That was
Your
what I wanted to add on.
Your
Rent.
What is wrong with the landlords in Juba?
I don't even. What's going on with the land?
I want to be a
generally?
landlord before the prices
there was
go
a time we were
down.
looking for a space. We were thinking
They're not
of
going
putting up,
down.
putting up a small
I really want to
business.
be a
A small
landlord.
room like this. Someone is telling us $400. Like,
Yeah.
my friend.
And-
Hey.
You know, most people say they can live in Uganda for 1 year with the rent
With the
they
rent.
pay
Exactly.
for like
For
3
1
months
month.
in Juba.
Me, I'm
yeah.
like, one day I look at a landlord and tell them, do you think I'm coming to sell drugs in this place? Where do you expect, what am I supposed to sell? Because rent is supposed to be a fraction of the total money
Yeah.
you're making. So what do you think I'd sell in this shop that would make me at least triple or quadruple of the rent?
And then the lack of grace. I think we have lost our humanity
Yeah,
as human
true.
beings generally. There's no grace. I think these are some of the things when you look back at who we were and who we are right now. Like, we are so angry and we are attacking each other, and it's not made anything better. I don't know if we haven't noticed, because people are really fighting for their lives. We're starting businesses because we actually want to like move and eat and live. We want basic necessities, or not even luxury goods yet. And it feels like it's such a tug of war.
Yeah.
And even talking about that, customer care people.
Now, even that was a topic that's supposed to be a podcast. That's supposed to be an episode of its own. If you've gone to Kampala, a Ugandan, even if they are going to scam you, but they will massage
They
and
marinate
sweet
you
talk
and-
you into the scam. You know, are you going sweetheart, my dear, come here. I will do. Even if a Uganda does, Maureen, you will get scammed when you're smiling. But here, okay, not here, not everybody, but some
Majority,
majority,
especially of spaces. I know I've interjected, pardon me, but why are you so mad? And it's people who they're working at establishments that at least they can carry bread home. Like, you can carry even a chapati home. Lakin, and then the profiling. Hi, oh my lord. There are places you walk in and even the guard himself is
Yes,
you're
is
supposed
mean
to
to
guard
you.
me. Somehow I'm a security threat because I walked in there and you don't think I can afford a glass of water. Why are we like this, Yajamana?
I don't know.
I always tell people have confidence when you're walking into.
I think it's the sun. I think it's the heat. Because that can explain. I think it's the sun. Everybody is angry. It's the economy, the dollar rate. All these things are the ones making us angry.
But
Because you can't explain this. Even in
or is
custom.
it the nature of? I don't know. Okay, I've also got it. I don't know. Maybe I always say there are some things that me here personally, I've really gotten a different side. I don't know. It's because I look like I'm from here.
Yeah.
So there are things that unless I think someone starts talking a lot of Arabic and senses that
You're not.
I'm like kind of struggling to reply with the English is when they notice. But you
Reply
see,
with English.
I've also already known around and I know the prices of things. So someone will tell me some price and no.
No, like in your
But people are angry.
Very.
people are angry.
Very.
And it's not like only in the high profile places, even in custom. You go Kenya and you ask I prefer entering even Konyo is everywhere is difficult. Like, I'm so scared to ask for prices. There are some people who are like, it's supposed to be okay for you to ask for a price because I'd know, even if I had a shop, I'd be very okay with people coming to ask the price, even if they're not buying immediately.
Yeah.
Because me myself, I've asked for prices of things several times,
Yeah.
and I didn't buy that very time,
Yeah.
but I still go back to buy. But here, people get angry the moment you enter. You ask, you don't buy. Problem.
You're wasting their time.
Yeah, and I think we are so entitled as humans. Is it? I understand that you're frustrated because you're trying to make some money, but you also need to understand that I have free will. I have the option to say maybe not your mango, maybe your neighbor's mango.
Exactly.
You have just reminded me on Saturday. On Saturday, I went to Custom to buy some shirts. It's a place that I always buy shirts. But the people
Plug
that I
us.
get
Maybe
there,
the price
plug
is
us.
friendly.
but the
But
people
Byron
and
likes
it's a
speaking big
Ugandan shop.
money, so
And
I
it's a Uga-
don't go to where he goes.
$10,000.
and it's a Ugandan shop. The guy that I used to get there was not there, so I got some lady. So I asked her, I want that shirt, because it was someone that I didn't know. I'd ask her, it's how much is it? Ati, are you just I told her I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it because I want to look at it, not the material, and see the size. Ati, do you want to see it or you want to buy it? I asked her, I cannot see
Yeah.
it. That is what I
Yeah.
asked her. Then she was like, no, it's okay. And she just gave me the shirt because I was like, what? I have to see what I
Yeah.
want
To
to buy.
see
And
what
how
I'm
did-
buying.
And even if I see it and I don't like
Like
it,
Yeah, you're
then I
allowed.
can return it and leave it and go.
I'm telling you, people get so frustrated here. Yo guys, like, why you like you're supposed to be massaging us
They're
back to
hungry.
you. Yeah.
I
You
think
see?
I think it's just that people
They're hungry.
people get into business. You see
The
a lot.
sun,
You see
sincerely.
the way you Rejoice was saying. People also need to be taught, because it's not just about selling. It's about even how you talk to the
How to
customers.
talk.
How you talk to the customers.
it's about
So people who have
selling.
not gone to business classes or anything. Then, sorry to say
And-
this, but the people are just from the village and
From
they have
the-
started
Yeah,
businesses. They
very
don't know
true.
how
And
to
then-
interact.
The thing is, me, I've seen one thing up with Ugandans. If you've entered a Ugandan salon, if you tell them something, even if the hairstyle you want, like even if you use the term they don't know, they'll tell you, okay, let me see. Then you
No.
start explaining
No.
to them. You
No.
just have your anti-Ugandan.
Upbringing. Let me
So,
tell you. Recently,
let me
no,
finish.
I'm not letting you finish because recently we went with her, this gorgeous young lady, to a Ugandan salon. I was actually giving them a chance. Something internally, something within me wasn't settled in that salon. I don't know what it was, but my spirit said no, and we had gone there twice. Ilikata, it said no. I'm Junubi, but in case you're gonna say she spoke in Swahili, it's okay. And this lady, even before we left, so there's this other lady. She's still, I think she's Kenyan. I don't know. I don't know the nationality. I don't want to judge. And the first thing she said is she doesn't know what she wants. It's not that I didn't know what I wanted.
Maureen, when did
She
she
said
say
that. She said that
In what? In Swahili?
in English.
I didn't
Maybe you
hear
wanted her
that.
to speak in Lugan. You see, because you love them.
No.
So her ears blocked.
No, out of experience. That's why I'm not saying all Ugandans are like that or all South Sudanese are like that.
Yeah,
Out
yeah.
of experience. Me,
Yeah.
when I enter a Ugandan salon and I tell them maybe I want my hair to be done in a certain way, if it's a new tab, they'd ask me, okay, show me a picture. Okay, if she can't do it, she'll find you someone. Like they don't want to leave any money on that table. They say, okay, I'll find someone to do it for you. Okay, they will try to find you a solution.
Yeah.
That is
Then-
Nigerians. That
But
is
then
Nigerians.
Hey,
with
tell-
South Sudanese salons that
next.
I've entered salons that were established by people I know, like because I usually don't go to anybody. Just
Yeah.
when I go and I just say something like a new term, even when they are plating the person, then I tell them, oh, how much is this? They'll say, if they don't know it, they'll say we don't have it here. And I'm like, so you're just okay with me taking my money
and
elsewhere?
going, yeah.
Rather than asking and finding out what I actually want,
Yeah.
you know? So I've seen one thing, that's why most people are comfortable with giving their money to others, to other nationalities,
Yes.
because these people, they're not just giving you the good or the service, they're giving you a solution to an actual problem you have. And you feel like this person cares about me.
Yeah.
But then when you're just giving me something, I want toothpaste, and you just give me toothpaste.
They don't know
I'd
the
rather go to someone
psychological
who-
aspect
Or
of
if
it.
it's not
Exactly,
there,
yes.
it's not there.
Oh, there's a way even they
They-
toss the
Yes.
thing at you like
I'd rather go and buy toothpaste from someone who let's say, who even just pretends to care about my mouth odor
Yeah.
than go to buy toothpaste from someone who just wants to sell me toothpaste and get the money.
toothpaste.
Morini,
But
allow
but-
me,
But
allow
out
me.
of that, because we have really
Byron, wait.
diverted.
Maureen is laughing
this
at
one.
me.
She just laughed. We have really diverted, and what we are doing is just venting.
Yeah,
We're
valid,
supposed to be
valid.
talking about business.
Valid. But it ties
Tired.
together.
My question, my question is this: like, basically, here where we are in Juba or in South Sudan, what's making it difficult for business to work? And like, one thing that I've noted, like right now, I don't know, there's no mobile money working in South Sudan. That is another challenge. And that is one easy way of doing business. Because if it's mobile money, what I can do, I send you the product, you send me the money.
Yeah.
I don't have to come where you are physically.
Yeah.
And you see that is like a challenge.
Yeah.
That is like another challenge. Another issue is, there's this thing.
Dollar rate?
Dollar rate.
The changing
Keeps
nature
on
of the dollar rate.
fluctuating,
Yeah.
and even things that are, and you know, everyone is doing their calculation from
Literally.
dollar. Even
Literally.
something that is being sold in pound,
They're
someone will tell you the dollar
yeah.
has gone up. So you're like, but,
And me usually,
but the transaction is in pounds.
when I ask for a product and they tell me in dollar, I just leave. I don't know if I don't care how bad I wanted that product. The moment you tell me the price in dollar, I just leave. I don't want.
But I think, sorry, you carry on. The genesis of it, interrupted.
You talk.
The genesis of it, I think the question ideally is, what is the actual problem? Because that is your personal way of handling like it deters you from the product. Like in a large percentage of Junubin, for me personally, I genuinely believe it's the circulation of money. It's not there. We have not given our currency value. We have told it that the dollar has more authority over you.
Over it,
And therefore, we actually are living with a dollar currency. It's not an official statement, but it's the reality. Because everywhere we go, now we even go to restaurants and we're thinking, oh, do you have dollars? No one's thinking, how much SSP are you carrying? And then we feel like it's burdensome because we're afraid we'll be robbed, or now you need to carry a huge sack, and you're just moving with the money that's going to buy you one meal. And you're done. So the lack of circulation of the money, this is even why mobile money is not working. Because firstly, withdrawal. We're not going to mention any telecommunication company, but you want me to put my money in a system you're telling me my money is supposed to move. Then when I need money, there's no money.
No,
but
you deposit your money right now. You go 5 minutes, you come back to withdraw. The same place. Or not even 5 minutes, you just turn your back.
There's
We
no
don't have
money.
money. But I've given you money, I've deposited.
Give me back my money.
Maureen, the money issue is there, the circulation of money is there, and the value of it also, that's also true. But then what gives your money value is what you produce. One thing I've seen about South Sudan is most of the products we sell are coming from
imported.
outside, and
True.
export is always more expensive than what you're producing inside.
Yeah.
If you see with Uganda and Kenya, most of the products they're using is from within. When you're selling something that I've produced within, it will automatically be cheaper than something
That you brought from outside.
Exactly. So that is one thing that is not giving our currency value. Because now, imagine if let me say if all the flour we use is from South Sudan. Then let's imagine another country, a foreign country wants to come and get our flour.
Yeah.
And we tell them, okay, if you want our flour, buy it with our currency. So they will what? They'll automatically
Buy it with our currency.
Exactly. They will buy our currency from us, and then that's when they will be able to to buy the product, and that's what gives currency value.
Yeah.
If you have a product, like now I've seen most of the Chinese companies. If you're ordering something from China, you have to buy it with their money.
Yen.
Yes, with yen. So even if you're sending dollar to someone, they'll have to go and change the money, convert it to yen, and then buy the product, and that's what gives currency value. So as South Sudanese youth, if we start producing, it's not even not youth only, everybody. If we start producing our own, because we have raw materials everywhere. Extracting it is a problem, but there is raw materials, by the way. We have raw materials. If we start producing, that's what will give our currency value. It's not just, I don't know, like our currency gaining momentum is not by us just using it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are the ones to give it value if we
Okay.
start producing and others want to buy. That's why now you see the Ugandan shilling and the Kenyan shilling.
They're not bothered. As in, it's almost like even if the dollar rose yesterday, it's so balanced. You know,
Exactly.
it's either 128 or 126
The
max for
dollar
Kenya
rate in
shillings.
Uganda has been the same since 20 what. It's been the same since forever. But ours is changing daily. Why? Because we have products coming from outside daily. Like, see now, Nimuli. They closed Nimuli. See what happened to us.
And now we don't have oil.
And I think I'll support Rejoice. The same point that she's making. You see, as a business person, if I'm going to buy from Nairobi or wherever,
Yeah.
I know I cannot go with South Sudanese pounds. It means I have to change this currency.
Yeah.
Meaning, when I'm doing my calculation, when I'm doing my calculation for purchases, I'm doing it in a different currency. If I'm
Yeah.
doing it in dollar.
Yeah.
So even when I'm coming back to sell, I have to make sure that my profit, I'm making it in terms of dollars.
Yeah.
Because at the
Exactly.
end of the day, I still have to go back
Yes.
and buy from outside. But
True.
to see if it's being produced from here,
Yeah.
I bought it in pounds. I'll sell it in pounds
Yeah.
because I'm making the profit.
In
In
pounds.
pounds. Exactly.
That is the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Values.
So that's the genesis of it.
Sorry, guys.
Aw.
Aish. Business school, study,
exactly.
graduates, whatever.
You are getting into business. I hope you are learning something.
I'm learning so much.
Me, I'm learning a lot.
But I'm also learning to be an employee. Meaning, if my prices
Me
go
too.
up, I'm unapologetic.
Let me, as I was saying, if you're employed,
Yeah.
stick to employment, start a business, till you're sure, like what I said, that business can pay you salary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not make you profit.
Valid.
Because profit, it's making profit that cannot match whatever you are
Or
being paid.
sustain you. I mean,
But
Rejoice
then
was
one point
selling
we've
out
really forgotten
and her
about
money was doing
is
nothing.
is God. When you have a business,
Yeah.
this is something I've been it's not, I don't know, it's something I've been thinking about for a long time. You know, there are a lot of people in business who are using other means to sell out. You know
Yeah,
that, and it's not a rumor.
Yeah.
It's the truth. People are
Yes.
using a lot of
Underground.
spiritual means and
Yeah.
other things to do business.
Yeah.
So I feel like one mistake I've done with all my businesses is that I wasn't intentional about praying over my business.
Yes.
Intentional and consistent. I'd pray today over my products, then tomorrow I would not. And let me say, I've seen a lot of people, especially in these local markets.
Yeah.
I've had people say things that, this person is using this for their business.
Yeah.
This person is using that for their business.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why aren't we Christians being so serious about our businesses too? You know, in the spiritual side. I've had a
Absolutely.
friend whom I've done business with. Shout out to you, baby. I know you'll know yourself. She's like, Rejoice, you have to be very spiritual about your whatever you invest your money in.
Yikes.
And when I sat down, I realized that I've not been praying over my products, the raw material. Even when I'm starting a business, I've not been intentional about praying. And it's a serious thing. Because there are times you would see that you're doing everything, you're putting in the work, but
there's
it's like there
something.
is something fighting. You'd see either maybe when you're bringing it, now people who are shipping things from outside, you're bringing your products, Iran has started fighting with Israel.
And then
you're
it's
"God."
stuck.
And then my
Yeah.
products are in sea. You're bringing your products from Uganda. They've locked Nimuli.
Yep.
You don't know what's happening.
True.
You're sending products. The border guy got an accident.
True.
You don't know what's wrong. People are coming to your business and someone's like, I just don't feel like buying from her. And one thing about Junubin is this. One thing I've realized is Junubin like expensive things. So I can be selling the same thing at a lower price and someone else is selling it expensively and they would still go that side. And you're like, how?
I think they think
The more
the expensive
expensive
one is the
good one.
And I
quality.
valid, but I also
It's
feel
valid.
like to some extent there's that. You know, there's certain items. For instance, when I find cheap perfume, I don't want it to leave it. Like I don't want to apply it and then I leave it in the house, and then by the time I'm outside, the it's
smell.
not there. So I think there are certain aspects, but it is true. We are popularly known for purchasing things with high currency. But carry on.
And you see, it's true, and it's also a very wrong way
It's
of looking at things, because I might bring something that is substandard, but because I know you people like expensive things, I have the
Exactly.
price.
That's what I was going to say. So when you're looking at the
That's
price
wisdom.
of products, you have to. You see, that's why when I find someone at a supermarket reading something on a product, I feel like that's a very smart person, because I cannot just determine the value of a product that I'm purchasing just by the price.
Yeah.
You know, I have to actually look at the price, see
Longevity and things like that.
exactly, see the quality before deciding whether it's worth it or not.
Yeah.
I can't just go, okay, that one is $50, meaning it's better than
But I
this.
think that's why we're agreeing most people buy out of ignorance. And I think it's also as a status thing. At times it's not even about I need the product. It's just to show that we have money.
How much did you buy it? $500.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think there was an interview, and I think it was a psychologist, and he asked, when you're walking around, do you really think someone is doing math on your outfit? Oh my gosh, those earrings
one
must have
cares.
been... Nobody cares. Nobody's thinking about
Yeah.
you as much as they're
But for
thinking of
ladies, I know.
themselves.
We just look
For
at
men,
each
I know
other.
no
No,
one cares.
but we don't look at the pricing.
We don't look
You
at the
know.
pricing. We
We don't look at the
I hear
pricing.
ladies talking about, did you see her wig? That don't know.
Okay, there will be certain products. Right?
to a certain extent, you're right. But
The bag, the
you
handbag.
cannot with
It
with
was a Chanel.
Okay, yeah, but
It
no,
was a Louis Vuitton.
valid.
But now in a third world
The shoes.
country, you will
Red
not know.
Yeah, red bottoms matter.
I feel like it's people in the
In
the
high
other
class.
country, who will think about, because now in Juba, how many people do you think wear real Chanel or real Louis
The
Vuitton
1% for sure.
bags? Yeah, the 1% for sure.
Actually, do you know it was last year when actually Louis Vuitton said that they are opening a
A branch in South
branch?
Sudan.
Hey.
No, in Nairobi.
Hey,
If
I
I'm
was
not
going to
wrong,
be like
I think it's Louis Vuitton.
Is it
Either Louis
Fenty?
Vuitton or no, either Louis Vuitton or
Gucci?
Versace?
Dior, something one of those two.
Dior.
Then people are asking, then what have we been putting on? If you don't have, they don't have
don't
a branch
have.
here.
Ah,
So most of the things, these brands that you see people
Yeah,
putting on here in Africa,
they're
they're fake.
fake.
The Louis Vuitton, the
but are you
Chanel,
surprised?
Versace.
Me, I'm not surprised. I've known
But
Dior,
that.
I
are
also
fake.
feel like they bring us low grade products.
Yeah,
Because
they
even
do.
in UG, I visited Numero. Oh, no. And in Spain, the clothes that they're producing there, you cannot compare to the ones in the
And you
store there.
cannot afford.
You
You cannot afford.
in
So that is the
euros.
thing.
Come
So
on.
you see, like that one, now people are like, did you go and see the prices on that show? Then what have we been buying? What have we been
Yeah.
No, but then it doesn't come as a surprise to me, because I know with the internet now we've seen the prices of these things, and I'm very certain that what I've been buying my whole life is not. But some people get lucky, by the way, in thrift shops. You can find
Yes,
these
Yeah.
things. Some people get really lucky and
And that
get
one you
these
get in Alwara. Alwara, you can get something original.
Yeah.
But these days, Juba Aliwara, I cannot. Because you're
Aliwara
telling
is
me I'm
also
buying a shirt for
expensive.
30,000
It's
SSP. I
like
cannot.
Aliwara.
Let me tell you, Alwara is where you get original things.
It's where you get origin, but now it's so
But not in
expensive.
Juba
Yes,
anymore.
someone has worn them, but it's the original.
No,
But I feel,
it's
but that's
also
why I said
expensive.
this
But now the
before.
shop is counterfeit.
Yeah.
The shops are
Before
counterfeit.
Aliwara used to slap because you
Yeah.
can go, you can get unique pieces like 3K, 5K. Nowadays, I'm going and someone's telling me someone at 60K for Ali. I
60K.
cannot.
That is because the dollar has gone up.
I would
you were
rather-
talking about times that the dollar was at what rate?
Much lower, but
It was at what rate?
it was at a good rate.
And they're importing this Alwara. So it's the same thing.
No, but if you think about it, like 60,000 is almost like $10.
$10.
You
And
know,
that
I can
time-
get a
listen,
shirt for
at that-
300. That's new.
This is what you forget. I'm talking when talking from a business person perspective. At that time, the rate of pound that you're buying it, what was it in dollars? You would find it was still the same dollar.
Yeah.
But right now, when you look at it from the rate of pound, you see it's too much. But when
Yeah.
you convert the same rate that time to dollar, it's still the same dollar. It's just that when
But-
it comes to valuating in terms of pounds,
Yeah.
you see it's high.
But still now. Those,
Still
the
now, it's
figures,
still
maybe that's the
expensive.
psychology. I just said 60.
It's
Still expensive, sir.
If that's why and I've always been saying people who are earning in pounds really find it hard.
Yeah.
For someone who is earning in dollars, it's still the same.
Yeah.
It's still the same.
Doesn't
make
It's
a
still the same dollar.
And they
the
even
same
feel like they have
$10.
more value.
It's still the same dollar because I'll still calculate it. Last time I bought it at 5,000 pounds. That was how much? That was $10. This 60,000 is how much? $10. So it's still the same
Yeah.
price. You get it. But if it's someone who was earning 50,000 pounds that time and is still earning that 50,000 pounds right now, that one you're taking like almost a third of his salary
That's true.
or a third of his money. So for him, that is too expensive.
But anyway, the economy is showing all of us
I'm
shaggy.
telling
So
you know, I remember the days I used to earn pounds, and I used to be like, God, the day I start earning dollars, like my life. And truly, you get more. But don't come for me. I'm not yet there. You get a lot of
Toronto is
opportunities.
that targeting
I
you.
want to talk about something that Rejoice had highlighted, and I want to add something on it.
Yeah.
And this one I want to speak specifically to the youths. You see, you're thinking of of starting a business. Let me say that.
Beninging.
Beninging. That beninging
Yeah,
is
beginning
coming.
is really
You're thinking of
beginning.
starting a business.
Beginning.
And you saw someone put up, let me say, a PlayStation place with virtual reality and whatever. And it's in an expensive space. And so in your mind, you're like, if he's making to pay this rent, this business is good. I'm bringing it back to what you were saying. You don't know what other people do.
Yeah.
There are people who are doing wash.
Eh?
You know wash?
No.
What is wash?
Jesus, you don't know wash people?
Juju?
I think
Now
I've
let me
always.
educate you.
Is it using counterfeit money?
You don't know wash.
Is it using
Wash
You
counterfeit?
know Yahoo boys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do they do?
They scam
They
people.
scam people.
Yeah. So we call it wash in Kenya, but it's not in East
I think in
Africa.
Nigeria
I'm
it's wash
surprised you people
also.
don't know it, yeah?
I-
So the
yeah.
thing is this. I'm getting money through dubious means.
And then
But
I'm just using
so
that as a cover up.
So that I can have a cover up as to where the money is coming from.
Yeah.
I put up a business.
Yeah.
And in an expensive space.
Space.
So I'll be like, this is where my money
My
is coming
money is
from.
coming
So you, when you look at it, you say, hey, by the way, he put up that business, and within 2 months he bought a new car.
Valid.
That business
Valid.
might be making. So and actually in Kenya, it is rampant right now. And it's with the youth, that's why I'm talking about the youth. So you
Yeah.
find like,
Everywhere.
you
Even
saw
here.
that guy did this, he began this business. So you go for that
Following,
business,
yeah.
thinking that business has profit.
Yeah.
In the real sense, there's no profit that guy is making.
But I think my
The
question
sense
to
of
you.
the money is very different.
But my question to you is, how would you like? How can someone be desensitized from that deception? Because even me, I've seen businesses and I really jumped on it. I was like, even them, they're doing the same thing. But then when I got into it, it was different.
That is what we've been saying from the start. Do research on any business. Don't just
Yeah.
see someone is doing it and making profit without understanding how
Business
the
is not like
works.
learning how to
Yes.
walk.
Do
Valid.
research. Do research.
Do research.
Realize how much is he selling the items. So for him to have all that money,
So
how
you do
much
the math.
products should he be selling in a month? Is it sensible? Can 10,000 people be buying this
And
product?
if I'm
in a
being
month?
honest, these are all mistakes I've done. And if I'm to open a business tomorrow, I think I'd be in a better position.
As
We learn
opposed to
from
now.
Yeah, as opposed to now.
Yeah, but I also feel as also just as the icing on the cake of today's conversation is what Rejoice said. Personally, I'm a believer. I don't know. I'll speak for myself. And there's a lot of spirituality that takes place into it.
True.
You need to know, you need to cover yourself. It's just the same way when you wake up, you pray over your day, over your job. You should also pray over your business, because you don't know who you're offending even just by
Yeah.
starting your business.
Exactly.
Someone might have the same business as you, or they were there in existence, and then now the only way for them to feel like they can sort of like push you away from that is to bring obstacles before you. And we should also learn that obstacles are a sign that you're doing well at times.
Exactly.
If you're constantly winning, you'll never learn certain lessons. Doesn't mean you should always fail, but failure, we were taught this actually, is a first attempt in learning. So I think it's important for us to like know
And then
that.
another point is, you have to make sure you have the right team with you when you're starting a business. The right team, the right people around you, the right people pushing for a business, even
She
the
said
right
the right people.
buying.
Remember the last time she said she doesn't believe the right people. Carry on.
I mean, I don't believe in the right person in terms of relationships.
Yeah.
But when I'm dealing with business, profession, I feel like you have to have the right people with you. The right people will give you the right advice. You know, I don't know, most of the mistakes I've done in life where I was pushed to doing them because of people I listened to. So if you have the right people telling you what the right things to do, I think it will make a difference for your business. And then you'll need to have genuine people. around you. You just don't get any customer. You just don't get any person to come and support you. You'll have to, I don't know, with especially family, by the way. Mine, I feel like in all my businesses, the most people who have been the people who have supported me the most are my family members. They tell you, okay, if you failed, do this, okay, do that, okay, do this. You don't have to do this. And even when their business collapses, they're still there for you.
Oh, wow.
And friends, I have had the best friends. Me, I don't know. When I see people talking about bad friendships, I can't relate. I can't relate.
Your friends are your number one customers.
I'm telling you. Like, there are things I entrust with my friends before I entrust with my family. Like, people say, hey, this friend, she stole my money, or she stole my boyfriend, or she did this. Me, I can't relate. I've had the best friends. And I feel like one thing, okay, I'm not praising myself, but I'm a genuine person. I can't just be your friend if I don't really, really like you like that. So I feel like it always comes back, you know.
Byron.
But it's well. I'll say I'll end with what I said from the start. Don't start a business out of necessity. You'll be stressed. It will stress you up.
Out of necessity, like something you're depending
because
on.
you are yes.
But now there are people who don't have jobs.
Like if that is like I don't know how do I put it.
I don't have a source of income.
Then still.
You can start out of both necessity and when you see an opportunity.
I'm trying to really make this come out in a good way.
I think you should just say
your point.
your
It doesn't
point.
look like I'm telling people not just to start a business.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm trying to say, you see there is that right now, like let me take it directly from the example that I made. I saw someone doing a business and is making a lot of money. And
don't
I
start because the
it.
other person started.
And another thing is I have nothing to do and I decide to take money out of nowhere without research, without understanding, and just start a business.
Okay.
You see?
Should have knowledge before you
understanding, like know why you are doing that business.
And even you don't have to necessarily go to school or maybe start a course. You can just ask a friend, or you can watch us
people.
and listen.
You see why me? I'm mostly trying to say we don't do it out of necessity, because if it's only what you're depending on, unless you really have solid capital, that
true.
business will last. But if you don't have solid capital,
what is solid capital? Because there are businesses.
Solid capital is where you have, if you need like 5,000 to start that business, I have money to pay rent for 3 months.
Byron, you
that
know
is solid
money.
capital.
No, but Byron,
because
let's talk about the layman. Now, someone who has, there is someone who would have 100,000 SSP. That can start a business. Even 100 is a lot. 50,000 can start a business.
True.
But I think Byron is looking at it wholesomely.
I'm looking like this is something you want to grow.
Not
But
just
even-
something you're starting, because
Because if it's something you're depending on, this is what I'm trying to say. If it's something you're depending on, that's why I told you people, start. That's why I said this is what me had to do.
yeah.
I'll make sure I'm earning a salary out of it. So even if it's because I want it to grow, and if I'm eating all the profit because it's the only thing I'm depending on, next month if I don't make enough sales, I eat the profit slowly,
The business is
the
dying.
business dies.
So, okay. It doesn't matter. What you're saying is, it doesn't matter how much you're starting the business
Doesn't
with.
matter. So long as that will not be what you're depending on fully, that
But
business
now,
will grow.
I know.
But if it's what you're depending on fully, you can still also start because you also have to get something small to eat.
I think I understand
but
what you're
the
saying.
reality of it is that, the probability of it growing
Is harder.
is harder.
When the thing is, when you're in need of something, you're also not as informed. When you're desperate, when you need something, it's just, I was listening to a video just briefly, so before we sum up, and he's a Kenyan, a prominent guy on TikTok, and he said, when you're out of necessity, you'll accept an $100 contract, and ideally, that $100 contract, when you need to cater for your bills for like 12 months, you'll realize that you sold yourself so short.
cheap.
You would rather wait you'd rather stand your ground and be like, I want 100,000. And that's my standard. Because a point does come where you will get 100,000 and it'll cater for 12 months if you're jobless. Because people don't factor these things in. Necessity comes in when you're...
I get what you two are saying, but then, okay, there is that category of people that we're speaking to. with what you're saying. But then now, if we're speaking to someone who doesn't have a job, someone who doesn't have anybody to give them capital, someone who, al-muhim, living in poverty, when they have 20,000 SSP, so you think that, how do I even drive this point? Okay, to someone out there who has 20,000 SSP and wants to start a business, they have no any other source of income. They just got a hold of that 20,000 and they want to start a business. You think, and now obviously they're starting it out of necessity, out of need, in fact, need and necessity.
Yeah.
So you think this person's business would not prosper, would not flourish? Because if we are talking, there is a prominent, I don't know if he's a millionaire. There is a prominent wealthy person in Juba who started with a what? How do they call it? This kushk, these small whatevers.
For what? What does it
They are
hold?
containers. You sell in chewing gum. How do they call it? Cigarettes, maybe for charging, maybe for selling airtime. I'm sure you know him. Is Lukak. That it's not. It's not.
The one who has a Lukak building.
Exactly. He started from zero. He started with that, and that is one person everybody talks about. Like when they are talking about starting from grace to grass, from grass to grace. Jehovah. I will not go from grace to grass.
You see, just what you're saying is very right. And that is what I was saying. What was he selling?
He started with maybe selling cigarettes. I don't know. He just had a small
Was
kiosk.
there a need for that?
Yeah.
Did he have a market?
Yes.
There was an opportunity.
Exactly. And his was purpose. He wanted to have a Lukak building.
Listen, there was a necessity. He saw an opportunity. So there are smokers. This is a business that if I start has sales.
But I'm sure when he started it, it was a means of survival.
But he knew people smoked
now I'm going
in
to
that.
You see, even this person who has 20,000
and wants to survive.
Wants to survive. So out of necessity, might rush to any business.
Yeah.
But you see, for you to get a business that will survive, you'll still have to sit down with this 20,000.
Yes.
Remember, this business that I'm going into, that is transport costs. That is whatever business it is.
I get you.
Put all those into consideration.
Okay, I get you.
And remind him or herself, again, this is the money that I'm getting my breakfast, lunch, supper, rent,
Children.
from.
Okay, so
Now, if I'm incorporating all this, will this business go even for 2 weeks?
No.
So you have to be tactful.
You have to be
about
You can't
everything.
be out of necessity.
What I'll finish by saying is this. When you're going into any business, do proper research. And when you read business articles or people who talk about business and teach, they'll tell you, get into business knowing you won't make any profit in the first few months. Don't go with the thought of you just, the first month, you're going to make $1,000 profit.
Yeah.
The second month, it will take you months for even you to understand how your profit margins are.
Yeah.
You see. So that's why I'm saying, for those who it's a necessity, they have no option, it's well. But if you want to grow something that you're thinking of it growing to the next future, think of it like, structure it as, I don't know, as a corporation, like you are just, I think that is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
When you want to do business, like for us, our vision is to do business that can. Me, I always say, think of a business that will outlive you.
Yeah. Oof.
Now, that is one thing I've always thought about. There is a bakery in Uganda. The bakery was started, I think, in 1970 something. Imagine. And whenever I'm starting a business, that's what I envision. I feel like I want to start something that will outlive me. And one thing these people had in mind was affordability. That business, they always wanted their bread to be affordable. It was always good quality and it was affordable, and that's what made their business grow. And it's I think I took it the wrong way, because most of my businesses, I make things affordable at my own at my own expense. So you have to, you just pray, because business is a gift.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Tripod Podcast. Our link is in the bio. See you next time.
Wahid itnain thalatha.
Why settle for two
when third time is the charm?
Welcome to the Tripod.